Hello and happy 2025. It is currently January 2nd, 10:54 in the morning. The first vlog of 2025. I almost said 2024. The first vlog of 2025. If you guys haven't kept up with my recent YouTube videos, I'm back home in Chicago. So I figured I would start a little life at home reboot vlog. It's been so chill. Like, I've literally been doing nothing, which I kind of love and needed. And sometimes I feel guilty about it, but I'm like, you know what? It's break. It's been the holidays. I'm with my family. I deserve to just like lay around all day if I want to. But I still have some structure to my days, and I always like to start off the day with a little workout. So that's what you and me are gonna do right now. I'm gonna take you guys through my day today and possibly tomorrow as well. You guys can have a little glimpse into my life at home. We're gonna go to the gym right now. I've gone back into lifting weights, which I actually really love. I was gonna do lower body today, but I think instead we're just gonna do a little bit of back and then abs, walk. I have some errands to run later today. I'm gonna get changed into my gym fit. I'm still in my little morning outfit. So let's get going. It's actually such a beautiful day outside. Like, it has been drab and cloudy and gross for the past 2 weeks, it feels like. And today I woke up to pure sunshine and clear blue skies, and I was like, wow, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's get changed. I'll come back to you guys with my outfit. Little gym outfit, my espresso martini house slippers. I'm gonna grab my favorite Celsius. Best flavor is strawberry lemonade. Then we're gonna hit it. I'm gonna get in my, oh, I need to start my car because it's cold out. I didn't do that, you guys. Oh. Finished my workout and I got a latte. I've never gotten coffee from my gym before. Bag of spinach, blueberries, chives. I love using these in my omelets every morning and also tuna salads. Some fresh flowers for my room. Hearts of palm pasta. I really like this. Lemons. Some bananas. This was the last box of kimchi they had, so I had to get it. More banana. Coffee for my dad. My wallet. The best pickles ever. The best pickles ever from Trader Joe's. And I've tried a lot of pickles. An avocado. My favorite tuna cans. This is the solid white albacore tuna in water. Bell pepper, strawberries, I don't know why I'm saying it in an accent, cherry tomatoes, raspberries, and my favorite smoked salmon, the everything but the bagel season. And that is our groceries for the week. Gorgeous. Hi, peppers. We're gonna I'm getting attacked. It's the next day, fam. Excuse my current state. I literally just got home from the gym, but I was like, I want to film this Q&A now. Also because the sunlight is really good, and I know by the time I'm like done with my usual afternoon activities and I sit down and film this, it's gonna be like dark out. So we're just gonna work with this natural beauty. Anyways, I posted on my Instagram story yesterday a little like Q&A question box. So a lot of responses came in, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was so happy. So we're gonna go through and get to know me a little bit better, because first of all, I want to give myself a little pat on the back. A year ago, I filmed a Q&A and I was only at like 1,000 subscribers. I had just hit 1,000 after like a year of doing YouTube. And I was like, well, I don't know if like I have that many people to ask me questions, so I'm just gonna like, you know, answer like random questions that I find on the internet. But now we just hit 60K a few days ago. Thank you guys, that's insane. I don't even know how many responses. Like, we're just gonna kind of, wow. Woo! Okay, I'm excited. So, little Q&A, get to know me better. If you're somewhat new here, my name is Dasa Naomi. That's actually my middle name. I'm 20 years old. My birthday is September 22nd, 2004. I'm born and raised in a suburb of Chicago, and I currently live in New York City by myself for school. That's like the basic premise. Also, I get a lot of questions about what year I am in university. Technically, I am a junior. At FIT though, I am a sophomore because they didn't accept transfers into their bachelor's program, but I've been in college for 3 years now. I just have another extra year. So I'll be in college for 5 years rather than the traditional 4. That's just because of how my current university works. All right, now let's get into the questions you guys asked. What do you study in school? I study advertising and marketing communication, which has a lot to do with public relations and social media marketing, fashion marketing, especially FIT. They have such a good program. I've gotten a lot of like fashion school questions, which I'll get to, but I highly recommend the AMC program if you're more into like the business side of fashion. Fascinating, and they do such a good job teaching it. Okay, a lot of people asked, how did I decide to start YouTube, or what made me decide YouTube? I think I've told this story before. I was obsessed with YouTube when I was a kid. I remember the youngest, I was probably in 4th grade, so like 9 years old, watching Bethany Mota. She was my idol, and then all of the other like big YouTube gurus during that time of like 2014, I want to say. Also like Tumblr era, like My Life is Ava, Nikki and Gabby, Alicia Marie, Aspen Ovard, like all of those YouTubers, but Bethany Mota like was the catalyst to it all. I was obsessed with her, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I want to be just like her when I grow up. She kind of stopped doing YouTube, but I fell in love with a lot of other YouTubers, and the feeling never went away that I wanted to do YouTube. And being in high school, that's when it was like, it was itching me. Like, it was itching me. I was itching to do YouTube, but going to such a small high school, I went to a small public school of only 400 kids in the entire school. And so everybody knew each other, and I was like, I don't even know what I would do necessarily that would be super entertaining. So when I went to my first college, I went to Indiana University, which was like this big state school, super fun. And I was like, I'm just gonna start it. But it took the first semester for me to really like think about it and just be like, okay, just get over your fear, just start. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. I could probably do a whole YouTube video about how to start a YouTube channel, because I've gotten questions on like, did you have any fear around it? Yes, I was terrified to start YouTube. I was like, people are gonna judge me, like I have nothing that entertaining to film about. I feel like it's almost like a prerequisite to starting a YouTube is to have that initial fear and doubt, and then just conquer it, get over it, just start. If you go to my very first few videos of me at IU, like I was not confident in front of the camera at all. I haven't watched those videos back in a long time, but I was not confident. I wasn't authentic in the sense that I felt more shy in front of the camera, so I didn't feel like I could fully be myself yet. But it just took time and practice, and that's what it's gonna be like, and then eventually you'll start to just open up more. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is just start. I know it's cliche, everyone says that, but it's the truest thing ever. So I'm not gonna mumble about that completely, but that's my little YouTube journey slash story and advice. Do you see New York as somewhere you could live forever? At the moment, I definitely want to stay in New York for maybe like 5 years. Well, I'm gonna be in New York for at least the next 2.5, 3 years because of school. I may study abroad, but that's a later discussion. And I would like to stay a little bit longer after university for sure, just to kind of like gauge if that's the place for me post-grad. I don't see myself raising a family there or living there my entire life, but I do love it so much, and there's moments where excuse me, there's moments where I just fall in love with the city like all over again, day by day, or even more, I guess you could say, and I'm like, wow, this is the place to be. But I also am a huge nature girl. Like, I love the mountains so much, and I love I love the suburbs. I find like so much peace and tranquility in that, which you can't really get in a city. But I think for my 20s, New York is the place to be, and I'm very happy there right now, and then we'll see where life takes me. How many countries have I been to? I definitely have this written down somewhere. To preface, I'm Romanian. My entire family is from Romania. That's my ethnicity. Somebody else asked that. And I can speak Romanian fluently. So any Romanians watching this, hit me up, because you have a place in my heart, obviously. We have a connection. I was actually the first ever in my entire family ancestry lineage to be born and raised outside of Romania. And then like a bunch of others followed, like a bunch of my other cousins, including my sister, blah, blah, blah. In terms of how many countries I've been to 18 countries. Mostly Europe. I've been to Japan, so that's the only country in Asia I've ever visited. I've been to only the Dominican Republic and I've been to the Dominican Republic and Mexico, as well as Canada, and then the rest are Europe. Besides Turkey, but I was really little. But I do have like brief memories, and I plan on going back soon. I'm obsessed with Turkey. All right, next. Are you a Lana Del Rey girl? Yes. I got the blessing to see her live at Lollapalooza like 2 summers ago, and I was sobbing. I was a wreck. I noticed that you spend a lot of time alone. Any tips on how to be comfortable being alone? If you are on your own or you have to do something on your own, you might as well romanticize it. And I think the biggest thing that can get in the way of that is fear of judgment. Like, oh, why is she by herself? Or like, she has no friends. That's like, it's all up here, babe. Like, you know, I think everyone kind of has that sort of fear. And once you get over it, you realize that being alone is actually such like a beautiful thing. It's just kind of like my own personal form of therapy, is being by myself and like processing my own thoughts and my environment, and helps me stay grounded. That's like what I would say. Is there a story to your name? So my name comes from the Bible. My channel name, Hadassah Naomi, they're both biblical names. So that's where my parents got that. I was actually supposed to be reversed. I was gonna be Naomi Hadassah, but I'm glad it was Hadassah Naomi. It's not Romanian at all. Dream travel destination? Ooh, this is kind of random, but Norway. Like, since I was a kid, I had a weird obsession with Norway. Earlier I said Turkey. I would love to revisit and just like spend a good amount of time in Turkey, as well as like Morocco. I really want to go to Korea. I really want to go to South Korea so bad, like Seoul. And there's quite a few viewers from Korea who have told me come visit, and I really want to. So I'll see you guys soon. Ups and downs of attending FIT. Okay, what I love about FIT is that it's very streamlined. So if you are looking to get into the fashion industry or just be more like knowledgeable in that, I don't necessarily know what I want to do with my career, and that's totally normal. Most kids I've learned at FIT are exactly like that. But if that is something that you're interested in, it can help you get to understanding where you want to go with your career. And I would definitely say that's a pro. There's so many like resources, and a bunch of my professors are like super successful people in the industry. Like, they're not just teachers, they're actual people with either previous super successful careers, or they're still in that and they're like part-time teaching at FIT, which I think is incredible. Like, one of my professors last semester literally is such a successful journalist, and he used to like casually hang out with Kate Moss and Biggie, and he's like super well connected. And so I think that's a big pro, is that you have so many amazing people and just access to resources being a student at FIT, as well as being a student in New York City in general. It helps you like get your foot in the door in terms of careers and internship and work experience, because you're already in New York City. And then a con, I would say, and a lot of people I think will agree with me on this, or I've heard other people say this as well, if you're not living in the dorms, like I'm a transfer student and I know a lot of transfer students, if you're not living in the dorms, or if you're not an incoming freshman, it's kind of more difficult to meet people, because everyone kind of just goes their own way. Either like it's all the freshmen or all the people living in the dorms like in their own bubble, because obviously they live together, basically they're always together. But if you're a commuter like me and you're kind of just going there for classes, that's kind of it. I would say compared to my other colleges, the social life is a little bit harder to integrate into, but don't let that be a non-negotiable, in a sense that like don't let it discourage you, because I've still made amazing friends at FIT just from like the few months that I've been there. But yeah, you definitely have to put yourself out there, I would say. Like, and then you meet people through mutuals, and it just like kind of works like that. But I would say that's a little bit of a con. It's definitely not something comparable to like a Big 10 school, like how it was at Indiana University, where it's like social life galore, you know? I got a lot of questions about my skincare routine, makeup routine, what I eat, workout routine. Those will all be in a different video. I'll do separate videos on that. Don't worry, it's in the schedule. I have it linked in. Have you met anyone famous since living in New York City? When I first went to New York City in 2024 with my mom to visit FIT, it was like back in the spring, I met Lil Uzi. He was actually, I got it on camera, so it's in the vlog from that trip. And then I also met Janae from Love Island casually at one of my favorite cafes to edit at. It's such a random place. I was like, how? Hello? I also met Lila Moss. I think that's it. Lila Moss was an angel. She was so sweet. So was Janae. Lil Uzi was like a little cute, shy man. Oh, you guys, my foot is asleep. Look. Oh my god, it's so asleep. All right, how hard was it to move away from your family to study in New York City? Very hard. I'm not even gonna front. Like, I'm sorry I'm moving so much. I'm super close with my family, and I am just a mama's girl, a father's daughter, like all day long. I love my family, and I've grown up in the same house my entire life. And I found that as I got older, I got closer with my family, especially with my parents. Like, my relationship with them has strengthened just from the past few years of me being in college. And I don't know if distance has something to do with it, or just like maturing. But yeah, I found it really hard to just like leave home, especially living on your own. You don't really have the distraction, I guess you could say, of like a roommate or like knowing somebody else is also sharing a home with you, kind of how I'm used to having and doing my entire life. Like it's definitely an adjustment, but it's also helped me grow a lot. But I think it's all part of life, and it just strengthens your relationships with the people you love, and you find ways to communicate despite the distance. So I will say it was hard, but this winter break has definitely like been super nourishing and comforting, and I'm still so excited to go back to New York. How to maintain an aesthetic Instagram feed? Girl, I don't really know. I will say I use Pinterest and like my other favorite creators for inspiration, and then I just take photos of things that I think are pretty in the moment, but I can't tell you like a detailed tutorial because I don't really have an answer for that. Have you ever been to Romania? Yes, I actually lived there when I was 4 years old for about 9 months. I lived in Bucharest with my family. Ooh, I like this. If you open a bookstore, is there one book you would like to display in the recommended books section? I touched on this in my 2024 favorites. It's the book Manifest. It is such a good basic book on what manifesting is and how to create your dream life. I recommend that book because it's really easy to understand. So if you're kind of new to that, how I was like say a year and a half ago, put you in the right foot forward towards changing your thought patterns, especially if you're struggling with more negative thoughts or like negative self-talk. Really recommend that book. Again, if you didn't watch the video, I'll link it. I'm starting a YouTube channel this year and you've been my main inspiration. Any tips? Thank you. That's so cute. First of all, I'm so proud of you. Second of all, tips. Yes, I do have tips. My biggest piece of advice is to be consistent. The second that I actually started prioritizing posting weekly, I saw my channel really take off. Honestly, I was also paying attention to what my favorite like super successful YouTubers were doing or had done that kind of blew their channel up. What video topics were super popular amongst, you know, the YouTube audience and algorithm, I guess you could say, and kind of just like taking inspiration from them. I wouldn't recommend like blatantly copying, but yeah, definitely pay attention to what others are doing. Just be consistent and be patient. Be patient. Just be patient. Like I was on YouTube for a full year before I saw anything happen to my channel, really. And I was just enjoying the process. Like even though there was only like maybe 100 to 300 people watching my videos, I was still happy to like do it. And then it eventually, you know, picked up, and it's been great since. But yeah, you really have to like actually love doing it. Also, I get a lot of questions about the camera that I use, cameras / what I edit my videos on. All the information is going to be in the description box below. I've always had it there, but just to reiterate, this camera is the Canon G7X Mark II, and then the small little camera that has more of like a wide angle lens is the DJI Osmo Pocket Osmo 3. Currently broken. I actually had to ship it back to DJI to get it fixed, but that was my mistake. But it's a great camera, and then I edit on Final Cut Pro, and I get all my music from Epidemic Sound, yes. Okay, favorite TV show? I'm currently watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I know I'm like late to that, but one of my favorite shows is Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've watched that like twice. I also love Gossip Girl. I love The OC. I've never finished The OC. I've never finished, what's it called? One Tree Hill, but I love those shows. They're like super comforting. I have finished Gossip Girl and Gilmore Girls, Sex and the City. Right now, yeah, I'm binge watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've watched like 4 seasons in the past since I've been back home, basically. What's my favorite food right now? Somebody else asked what my favorite meal is. I'm currently obsessed with scrambled eggs. I don't know why. Like I wake up in the morning and I get so excited to go eat scrambled eggs. Super random. My trick, I think why I love it so much, my sister just, I'm sorry if you can hear the shower running. Oh my God. The reason why I love my scrambled eggs, I think, is because I put feta. #1 trick, put feta in your scrambled eggs, spinach, chives, and like a spoonful of cottage cheese to make it fluffier. So good, so good. I love it. I look forward to it like literally every single morning. I don't eat my eggs any other way recently. I'll like include a little tutorial in my next what I eat because it's coming soon, babes, don't worry. I think I've covered majority of the most popular questions. Also, if I didn't answer your question, I promise there will be more Q&As in the future, so do not worry. But I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better, and thank you for watching. I hope you're all having a wonderful new year, and wishing you so much success and love in 2025. Love yourself. Love yourself. Like what? No, but actually love yourself, okay? Please. Thank you. That's my biggest piece of advice right now for those wanting to know, is love yourself. Like just work on loving yourself. I'm speaking from the soul right now. Be grateful every single day, even if it's for a tiny little thing. Find something to be grateful for and show yourself all the self-love you can muster, okay? That's how I'm gonna end off this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you.